Have you ever walked into a room and wondered why some people don't need to say a word, yet still capture everyone's attention, while others struggle to leave an impression no matter how hard they try? What is it about a person that makes them worthy of respect and admiration without relying on showiness or seeking attention? In a world filled with noise and flashy competition, there exists a silent yet incredibly powerful kind of strength. A strength that doesn't rely on words or grand gestures, but stems from your natural presence. It's a force that makes it impossible for others to ignore you, one that turns you into someone people want to be around and listen to. So, where does this secret lie? Get ready to uncover an approach that is completely different from anything you've ever known. A path that doesn't need loudness, but brings real power and respect. If this sparks your curiosity, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications right now. The journey ahead will reveal subtle yet powerful principles that can transform how you show up in any relationship. Are you ready? If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. It means a lot to us. Thank you for your support. Let's begin. Principle 1. Never chase, always attract. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you feel like you're trying too hard to keep someone's attention? You're the one initiating texts, planning meetups, or even sacrificing your time and energy just to maintain a relationship that's becoming increasingly one-sided. Yet, the harder you try, the more undervalued, or worse, ignored you feel. This is a trap many people fall into, chasing someone else's attention, inadvertently damaging their own self-worth in the process. When you chase, you send an unspoken message that the other person is more important than you. This not only throws the balance of the relationship out of alignment, but also makes the other person feel they don't need to put in any effort since you're always available, ready to do everything for them. Chasing isn't a sign of love or care. It's often a reflection of insecurity, fear of loss, or feelings of inadequacy. In contrast, true attraction never comes from chasing someone. It stems from quiet confidence and self-control, two critical components emphasized by Stoic philosophy. This philosophy teaches that while you can't control others' emotions, actions, or thoughts, you have full control over how you respond to them. Instead of frantically pursuing someone who seems to be pulling away, step back and let them decide for themselves. Don't bombard them with messages or bend over backward to please them. Give them space to notice the void you've left and to decide if they want to fill it. Doing so not only protects your self-respect, but also helps maintain emotional balance. Imagine a real-life scenario. You're in the early stages of dating someone. Everything starts off great, but then they begin texting less or showing less interest. Instead of sending a flurry of messages to check in, you stop. You shift your focus back to yourself, enroll in a class you've always wanted to take, catch up with friends, or simply enjoy a good book. By doing this, you not only regain your sense of autonomy, but also signal that your attention is something to be valued, not taken for granted. If they truly care, they'll notice the distance and make an effort to reconnect. And if they don't, that's perfectly okay too. This isn't about manipulating someone else's emotions. It's about safeguarding your own self-worth. It helps you recognize that your value doesn't depend on someone else's validation. Your value lies in how you perceive yourself and how you live your life. By refusing to chase, you send a powerful message. I deserve respect, without having to beg for it. Practicing this doesn't mean ignoring or playing the silent treatment to get attention. Instead, it's about focusing on yourself, developing other areas of your life, and nurturing your inner confidence. Ask yourself, does this action make me feel smaller? Am I sacrificing my self-respect just to gain someone's attention? If the answer is yes, then it's time to stop and realign with yourself. Invest your time in things that make you happy, learn a new skill, or pursue goals you've been putting off. These steps not only reaffirm your worth, but also create a powerful positive energy that naturally attracts people who truly deserve to be in your life. When you stop chasing, you'll notice a shift. First, you'll feel freer and calmer, no longer controlled by someone else's actions or feelings. Next, if the person truly cares, they'll feel the distance and make an effort to reconnect. And if they don't, it opens the door for new relationships where your worth will be properly appreciated. Instead of focusing on keeping someone, you're focusing on yourself, a move that's both empowering and inherently attractive. Remember, real strength doesn't come from how hard you try to keep someone in your life. It comes from staying true to yourself and letting others be drawn to the energy you radiate. When you stop chasing, you're not only preserving your self-respect, but also making space for better things to come. Principle 2. Know your worth like a rare gem. Have you ever felt that your worth was being measured by how others treated you? Maybe it was a rejection, a cold glance, or prolonged silence from someone you care about. Moments like these often lead us to question ourselves. What did I do wrong? Am I not good enough? But the truth is, your worth is never determined by someone else's actions or emotions. Your worth is unchanging. It is like a rare gem, brilliant, enduring, and unscathed, simply because someone fails to see its beauty. In life, we often fall into the trap of external validation. Social media likes, attention from certain people, or even fleeting compliments can mislead us into thinking our value depends on these things. However, Stoic philosophy reminds us that real worth doesn't come from external recognition. It comes from how you live and the qualities you uphold. Think of a rare gem. It doesn't strive to prove its brilliance. It doesn't need light or admiration to shine. It simply exists, beautiful and valuable, its worth unaffected by how others perceive it. You are the same. No matter how indifferent or dismissive others may be, their actions don't diminish the unique qualities within you. Still, it's natural to doubt your worth when faced with rejection or indifference. It's painful to feel unacknowledged, to give more than you receive. But these moments are also opportunities to reflect inward. Instead of blaming yourself, focus on what makes you special. Perhaps you're reliable and always keep your promises. Maybe you're sincere, a good listener, or always willing to support others. These qualities are yours, and they don't disappear just because someone else fails to recognize them. Take a moment to reflect on times when you've demonstrated your true worth. Maybe you helped a friend through a tough situation or completed a task without expecting recognition. These actions weren't about impressing others, but about living in alignment with your values, kindness, dedication, and integrity. These are the real sources of your worth. To truly understand your worth, practice self-reflection. A simple but effective exercise is to write down 3 core qualities you're most proud of. What makes you feel strong and valuable? It could be your patience, creativity, or ability to remain calm under pressure. Place this list somewhere visible and revisit it daily. Each morning, remind yourself of these traits and affirm, I am strong, genuine, and worthy. If you're struggling with self-doubt due to rejection or failure, try thinking of it this way. If someone doesn't recognize your value, what does that say? It doesn't mean you're not good enough. It simply means they're not the right person to appreciate you. A rare gem doesn't lose its value just because it's hidden in the dark. Similarly, your worth isn't diminished because someone else fails to see it. Imagine a relationship where you gave your best, but still didn't receive the recognition or affection you deserved. Instead of blaming yourself, ask, did I stay true to my values? If the answer is yes, then you did everything you needed to do. Rejection isn't failure. It's a sign that you're clearing the way for someone better suited to appreciate the gem inside you. Knowing your worth isn't about arrogance or delusion. It's about understanding that you deserve respect and fair treatment. When you truly realize this, you'll stop chasing validation from others and stop letting rejection cut so deeply. You'll recognize that someone who doesn't see your value doesn't deserve a place in your life. And the right person will appreciate you for who you are, not for who you try to be. Like a rare gem, you don't need to chase the light or the attention of anyone. You only need to live in alignment with your values, and those who are worthy will come to you. Begin this journey by loving and respecting yourself first. Principle 3. Watch actions, not words. Have you ever fully trusted someone's sweet promises or heartfelt words, only to be disappointed when their actions contradicted what they claimed? We are often drawn to pleasant words because they awaken the best hopes within us. But what about reality? Words can be spoken easily, but actions never lie. Why are we more inclined to believe words over actions? Because words offer hope, and sometimes we want to believe in the goodness they promise, even when the truth says otherwise. A sweet promise like, "I'll always be here for you," or "You're the most important person to me," can make us feel loved and valued. Yet Stoic philosophy reminds us that to live a peaceful and wise life, we must learn to detach ourselves from the sway of emotions and focus on what truly matters. Actions. Imagine being in a relationship where your partner frequently says you're important to them. They promise to support you whenever you need, but when you face challenges, they're nowhere to be found. They claim they want to spend time with you, yet they often cancel plans at the last minute with endless excuses. Flowery words, unsupported by real actions, are nothing more than soap bubbles, shiny but meaningless. At such moments, you need to step back and ask yourself, what are they showing me through their actions? Are their words truly trustworthy? Stoic philosophy teaches us to observe with calmness and logic. Don't just believe what you hear, focus on what you see. The alignment between words and actions is crucial for evaluating someone's character. A trustworthy person shows their care, not just through words, but through consistent actions, keeping their promises, being there when you need them, and making genuine efforts to build the relationship. On the other hand, empty promises, no matter how comforting, can harm you and make you doubt your own worth. One practical way to cultivate this awareness is to spend a week observing the important people in your life, not by listening to what they say, but by paying attention to what they do. For example, if someone promises to call you at a specific time, see if they follow through. If they say they value your relationship, observe how they work to nurture and sustain it. Note reliable actions as well as inconsistencies to gain a clearer picture of who they truly are. This exercise isn't about judging others, but about freeing yourself from illusions created by emotions and seeing the truth. It's important to clarify that watching actions doesn't mean becoming cold or losing trust in people. On the contrary, it's a way to protect yourself from unnecessary disappointments and to build genuinely healthy relationships. Remember, someone who says they care about you but never shows it through their actions is speaking volumes about themselves. This isn't your fault, but rather a lesson in choosing those who are truly deserving of your trust. Think back to the last time you felt disappointed because you placed too much faith in an unfulfilled promise. Perhaps you blamed yourself or tried to make excuses for the other person. Instead, try shifting your perspective. If someone's actions don't align with their words, it's not your failure. It's simply the truth you need to accept. Always remember, actions are the most honest language. Reliable people don't need to say much because their actions speak for them. When you begin living by this principle, you won't just avoid unnecessary disappointments, you'll become wiser in evaluating relationships. You'll build stronger connections founded on trust and honesty, which are essential for any relationship to thrive. Finally, let this philosophy guide you. Observe, don't judge. Focus on actions, not just words. Those who are worthy will prove their value through how they behave, and when you focus on that, you'll not only grow stronger, but also learn to appreciate yourself more. Principle 4. Master nonverbal communication. Have you ever walked into a crowded room and felt as though all eyes were on you, scrutinizing your every step or gesture? Or perhaps you've entered a space and felt entirely overlooked, as if your presence went unnoticed. These moments, however small, often leave us feeling awkward or insecure, prompting us to wonder, am I confident enough to command respect and attention without saying a word? The truth is, before you even speak, your body is already sending a message. Nonverbal communication, from your posture to your gaze and the way you walk, is the first impression you make on the world around you. In the first few seconds of meeting someone, they begin forming judgments about you, not based on what you say, but on how you present yourself. Do you walk with purpose or hesitation? Do you stand tall with confidence or slouch with timidity? Stoic philosophy emphasizes that true confidence always comes from within, and it is most clearly reflected in how you carry yourself. A truly confident person doesn't need to try to impress. They don't seek approval from others, but instead exude a calm and natural pride, displayed through an upright posture, a composed gaze, and a stride that says the world cannot shake them. Picture two women walking into the same room. The first walks hurriedly, her head down, avoiding eye contact, and her shoulders slightly hunched. The second enters with a straight back, her head held high, a calm gaze, and a soft smile. Who will capture more attention and respect? Without saying a word, the second woman radiates confidence. It's not because she's trying to prove something, it's because her demeanor communicates, I know my worth. If you want to master the art of nonverbal communication, the first thing to work on is your posture. Posture is not just about how you appear to others, it's also about the message you send to yourself. Start by keeping your back straight, your head up, and your shoulders open. A strong posture not only makes you look more confident, but also helps you feel more powerful. Scientific studies have shown that standing tall can activate feelings of confidence and reduce stress. When walking, avoid rushing as if you're eager to leave the space, but also don't move so slowly that you seem uncertain. Let your steps convey that you belong here and have nothing to hide from. Eye contact is another essential part of nonverbal communication. When interacting with others, maintain eye contact. A confident gaze isn't an intense stare that creates discomfort, but a calm, open look that shows you are fully present in the moment. When entering a new space, don't shy away from others' eyes. Let your gaze naturally sweep across the room, signaling not just confidence, but also a readiness to connect. A sincere, unflinching gaze can communicate self-assurance far better than words ever could. Your body language also includes how you sit, use your hands, and respond during moments of silence. When conversing, keep your hands open and relaxed. Avoid crossing your arms, which can come across as defensive or closed off. While seated, sit with your back straight, hands resting lightly on your lap or table, and lean in slightly to show engagement. Even in silence, your presence can speak volumes. Often, well-timed pauses in conversation convey confidence and composure better than hurried, unnecessary words. However, to truly master nonverbal communication, you must avoid negative habits like slouching, crossing your arms, rushing your steps, or constantly using your phone as a shield. These behaviors not only diminish your value in the eyes of others, but also send subtle signals to yourself that you lack confidence. Instead, become more mindful of how you move and present yourself daily. Small adjustments, standing taller, walking with intention, and making eye contact can make a noticeable difference in how you perceive yourself and how others perceive you. Ultimately, nonverbal communication isn't just a tool for making an impression on others. It's also a way to reinforce your inner confidence. When you maintain a confident posture and carry yourself with calm assurance, you don't just attract attention. You tap into a powerful sense of inner strength that you create for yourself. The next time you enter a new space, let your body speak for you. Let every glance, step, and gesture communicate that you know your worth. And when you do, you'll not only naturally draw people in, but also affirm a vital truth. I deserve the respect I seek. Principle 5. Embrace change with grace. Have you ever felt powerless as something in your life, a relationship, a job, or a familiar routine, began to change, and there was nothing you could do to hold on? Change is an inevitable part of life, but that doesn't make it easier. We often resist change because we fear losing what is familiar, dread the feeling of losing control, or worry that the future won't turn out as we hope. Yet, it's this resistance to change that often hurts us more. According to Stoic philosophy, instead of fearing or resisting change, we should learn to embrace it with calmness and openness, as change is not only a natural part of life, but also an opportunity to grow, learn, and discover our inner strength. Stoicism emphasizes that while you can't control everything that happens around you, you always have control over how you respond. This is a crucial lesson when facing change. Instead of clinging to the past or trying to keep everything the same, ask yourself, what can I do to adapt? What is this teaching me about myself and life? How you respond doesn't just shape your current experience, but also determines your personal growth moving forward. Imagine you're in a relationship and things begin to shift. Maybe there's growing distance, a loss of connection, or an unforeseen circumstance that makes it impossible to continue. Your first instinct might be to hold on tightly, even sacrificing your own values or feelings to fix things. But doing so only exhausts you and may worsen the situation. Stoic philosophy reminds you that instead of trying to control someone else's emotions or actions, which you can never truly do, you should focus on what you can control, how you choose to accept and move through the change. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What new opportunities might this bring me? These questions help you turn inward, finding strength within yourself rather than relying on others for stability. Change isn't always about loss. It can be a chance to reevaluate yourself, adjust your path, or even create a better version of who you are. Picture a tree in autumn shedding its leaves. At first glance, it might seem like the tree is losing something, but in reality, it's preparing for new growth in spring. Our lives work the same way. Some changes are necessary to make room for better things to come. For instance, when a relationship ends, instead of clinging to the past or feeling bitter, use this time to reflect. What made me happy in this relationship? What caused me pain? What have I learned about my values and needs from this experience? These reflections will help you grow and prepare for future relationships. Change isn't an end. It's the beginning of a new journey where you can take full ownership of your life. To practice embracing change with grace, start by focusing on the present moment. Take a few deep breaths, tune into your body and emotions, and accept that what's happening is a natural part of life. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "How can this help me become stronger?" If you're facing challenges at work, see if this might be an opportunity to learn a new skill, explore a different career path, or simply regain balance in your life. If you're experiencing change in love, remember that letting someone go doesn't mean you've failed. It means you're giving yourself the chance to find something better suited to you. Stoicism also reminds us to focus on acceptance rather than resistance. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It means allowing things to unfold naturally while staying true to your values. When you let go of the need to control what's outside your power, you not only free yourself from unnecessary stress, but also create space for new opportunities to emerge. Remember, change is not the enemy, it's life's greatest teacher. When you face change with calmness, you not only demonstrate inner strength, but also inspire those around you. The next time life forces you to confront unexpected changes, try to view them as a gift. Ask yourself, what can this teach me? How can I grow from this? And above all, always remember that no matter what happens, you remain in control of how you respond. And that composure will guide you toward a stronger and more fulfilled version of yourself. Principle 6. The power of saying no. Have you ever said yes when your heart was telling you to say no? Maybe you agreed to attend an event just to avoid upsetting someone, or took on extra work you knew you couldn't handle because you were afraid to decline a colleague's request. In those moments, not only do you feel drained and overwhelmed, but you also lose a part of your personal value by not being honest with yourself. The truth is, every time you say yes to something that goes against your feelings or values, you're saying no to yourself. This is when you need to understand and harness the power of saying no. A power that not only protects your energy, but also affirms your self-worth. In Stoic philosophy, saying no is not simply about rejecting a request, but an act of asserting inner control. This philosophy emphasizes that we should devote our time, energy, and attention to what truly matters to us. When you say yes just to please others, you allow them to dictate your energy and boundaries. Instead, Stoicism encourages us to act based on core values rather than temporary emotions like fear of rejection or guilt. Consider a familiar situation. A friend invites you to a party, but you feel exhausted and would rather stay home to recharge. Instead of declining, you reluctantly agree because you fear being seen as unfriendly or uninterested. You end up spending the entire evening regretting that you didn't have the courage to say no. A simple response like, "I need to take some time for myself tonight, but thank you for inviting me," could have preserved your energy and emotions while still expressing politeness and respect. Saying no doesn't mean being selfish or uncaring. It means prioritizing what aligns with your needs and limits. For example, if a colleague asks for help with a task outside your responsibilities, instead of immediately agreeing out of fear of disappointing them, ask yourself, does this request fit into my schedule and energy? Am I sacrificing valuable time for something unnecessary? A polite but firm response like, "I'm sorry, I can't help this time because I'm focused on my own tasks," sends a clear message that you respect your time and energy, and that others should too. The power of saying no isn't just about the refusal itself, but also about how you deliver it. You don't need to provide lengthy explanations or feel guilty about your decision. Remember, your value doesn't depend on pleasing everyone, but on being truthful to yourself. A straightforward yet courteous refusal earns respect, even if it doesn't immediately satisfy the other person. Moreover, those who truly value you will understand that your no isn't personal. It's a way of protecting yourself. Imagine how you would feel if you could say no without guilt. You'd have more time to focus on what truly matters, your health, career, or meaningful relationships. Saying no creates space for the right things to enter your life. Sometimes turning down something that isn't right for you is the best way to say yes to yourself. To practice the power of saying no, start with a simple exercise. In the next week, when someone makes a request or suggestion that makes you uncomfortable, pause and ask yourself, is this truly important to me? Am I agreeing because I genuinely want to, or because I'm afraid of disappointing someone? If the answer is no, try politely but firmly declining and observe how you feel afterward. Focus on the sense of relief and liberation that comes from setting boundaries rather than worrying about others' reactions. Stoicism teaches us that saying no isn't about rejecting others. It's about accepting yourself. It's how you affirm that your time, energy, and values are worth respecting. When you learn to say no with confidence and composure, you not only feel freer, but also project a powerful image of someone who knows their worth and isn't afraid to protect it. And remember, every time you say no to what doesn't serve you, you're saying yes to yourself and to a better, more fulfilling life. Principle 7. Develop healthy skepticism. Have you ever been captivated by sweet words or enticing promises, only to later realize they were fleeting, with no actions to back them up? Perhaps you trusted too quickly, only to find that reality was far from what you had hoped. This isn't uncommon. In our desire for love, validation, or hope, we often tend to believe what we want to hear, rather than confronting the truth. However, Stoic philosophy teaches us that to protect ourselves from disappointment and hurt, we must develop healthy skepticism, not to become cold or overly suspicious, but to stay grounded and clear-headed in our relationships and decisions. Healthy skepticism doesn't mean refusing to trust others. It means giving time and actions the chance to validate their words. Instead of immediately placing faith in a promise or a first impression, you learn to wait, observe, and evaluate. This approach not only safeguards your heart, but also lays a stronger foundation for your relationships. Stoicism reminds us that emotions can easily cloud judgment. When swept up by the allure of beautiful words, we often ignore warning signs. But actions, over time, are the truest reflection of a person's intentions and character. Imagine meeting someone new. They shower you with sweet words, paint a beautiful picture of the future, and frequently affirm their feelings for you. Yet, when it comes time to back their words with actions, keeping promises, spending quality time, or respecting your values, they fall short. In such situations, instead of making excuses for them or clinging to their words, healthy skepticism allows you to step back and face reality. The truth is, someone who genuinely cares about you will not only speak, but also demonstrate their intentions through consistent actions. Developing healthy skepticism doesn't mean you have to doubt everyone or become emotionally distant. On the contrary, it requires balancing reason with emotion. You don't reject trust, but you also don't let feelings dictate all your decisions. For instance, if someone promises to always be there for you, instead of immediately placing blind faith in their words, remind yourself, "I appreciate this promise, but I'll wait to see how they act in real situations." This isn't mistrust. It's a way to stay grounded and avoid getting hurt by unrealistic expectations. Try a small exercise to practice healthy skepticism. Over the next week, when someone makes a promise or significant statement, resist the urge to believe it outright. Instead, take note of their words and observe their actions over time. Do they follow through on what they've said? Are their actions consistent with their promises? If the answer is yes, it's a sign you can trust them more. If not, you've protected yourself from misplaced expectations. Remember, healthy skepticism is not about closing yourself off emotionally or being afraid to trust. It's an act of self-respect and self-protection. It allows you to build relationships based on truth rather than illusions, and ensures you don't give your heart away blindly. As Stoicism teaches, you cannot control what others say or do, but you can control how you respond and make decisions. When you observe rather than rush to trust, you demonstrate clarity and inner strength, qualities that not only protect you, but also make you more reliable and resilient in the eyes of others. So the next time you hear sweet words or grand promises, ask yourself, do their actions align with their words? Let time and reality provide the answer. And remember, by developing healthy skepticism, you not only protect your heart, but also create a life built on authenticity, trustworthiness, and peace. Principle 8. carry yourself with pride. Have you ever walked into a room and been immediately drawn to someone who exuded confidence and presence without saying a single word? It wasn't because they had perfect looks or tried to grab attention, but because of the way they carried themselves with pride. They moved with calm assurance, stood tall with confidence, and communicated sincerity and strength through their gaze. This isn't something everyone is born with, but it's absolutely something you can develop to affirm your worth in any situation. Carrying yourself with pride isn't about arrogance or showing off. It's about living true to your values and naturally expressing that through your presence. When you carry yourself with pride, you don't need words to prove your worth. Every gesture, look, and action conveys, "I know my value, and I won't accept anything less than the respect I deserve." Stoic philosophy teaches that how you control and present yourself during challenging situations is the clearest testament to your character. A Stoic does not let external circumstances shake their inner calm. They maintain poise and confidence even in the face of adversity. This not only earns the respect of others, but also reinforces your own self-esteem. A person may say little in a conversation, but if they sit upright, listen attentively and respond thoughtfully, their presence speaks volumes. Imagine this scenario. You're in a work meeting filled with debates and differing opinions. One person dominates the room with a loud voice and an aggressive tone, while another only speaks when necessary, offering confident and insightful contributions. The second person doesn't need to demand attention, but their composure and self-assured manner naturally command respect. This is the power of carrying yourself with pride. You don't need to strive to stand out because your quiet confidence and dignity speak for themselves. Carrying yourself with pride isn't just about how you interact with others, it's also about how you treat yourself. If you constantly criticize yourself, downplay your worth, or dismiss your accomplishments, you're sending a subtle message to others that they can undervalue you too. But when you start respecting yourself by taking care of the small details, like dressing well, standing tall, and maintaining confident eye contact, you not only change how you feel about yourself, but also influence how others perceive and treat you. An essential part of carrying yourself with pride is maintaining confidence even when circumstances are unfavorable. You will encounter rejection, failure, or criticism at times. Instead of letting these experiences shake your confidence, remember that your worth is not determined by external events. Stoic philosophy emphasizes that what truly matters isn't what happens to you, but how you respond to it. When you remain calm and self-assured in the face of challenges, you assert, "I am not defined by these circumstances. I define myself." Practice carrying yourself with pride in everyday moments. Start with small actions. Walk with your back straight, make sincere eye contact, and offer a gentle smile when appropriate. Take time to dress in a way that makes you feel confident, not to impress others, but to remind yourself that you deserve to be treated well. In conversations, listen more than you speak, and when you do speak, ensure that your words are thoughtful and sincere. Most importantly, treat yourself the way you want others to treat you. If you want respect, begin by respecting yourself. If you want others to recognize your worth, never forget it, even when faced with doubt or challenges. When you carry yourself with pride, you send a clear message that you know your value, creating a natural magnetism that compels others to respect and appreciate you. This isn't about perfection, it's about authenticity and confidence. And when you live true to that, the world will respond with the same respect. So walk tall, hold your gaze with confidence, and smile gently, because you deserve all the good things life has to offer. Imagine a life where you no longer feel the need to please others or chase after validation, yet you still receive the respect and appreciation you deserve. That is the power of practicing the 10 silent actions we've just explored. from not chasing others, knowing your self-worth, and observing actions over words to carrying yourself with pride. These actions not only help you reclaim your personal value, but also create a natural, powerful magnetism without the need for loud words or showy gestures. But the most important thing isn't how others see you, it's how you see yourself. When you practice these actions, you not only establish your worth in relationships, but also strengthen your confidence and self-respect. This journey isn't an easy one, but it will undoubtedly lead you to a stronger and more composed version of yourself. Remember, building your inner value and natural magnetism is a continuous process, and I will always be here to accompany you on this journey. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to continue exploring lessons from Stoic philosophy and practical actions to elevate your life. Live true to your values, because you deserve all the respect and love the world has to offer. See you in the next video.